between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They run with a fourth-year man. This is Damian Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Play action. It's Fields. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the 1st half. Backups get to play in the 2nd. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off play action. Fields completes it to Austin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And his pass incomplete.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Fields throwing again. Finds Pickens out right. Touchdown, Broncos! George Pickens with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Broncos are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot?
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Younghoe Koo set to kick off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Trayvon Walker, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack on first down, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
Touchdown! George Pickens. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Burrow's throw pulled in by Jefferson. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
On one, ready? A gain of 12 brings up 3rd and 8 yards.
Burrow will throw. And now here is another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigating the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or 2.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On play action, Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 23. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And now here is another interception. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Fields. His pass caught at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens 4-yard line.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Travis Etienne, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
On one, ready? Good for the Baltimore Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
11 empty.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ready?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Fields on first down. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
On first down, it's Fields. Touchdown! Calvin Austin, 32 yards. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. It's brought in by Harris. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now is the punter, Jordan Stout. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Dancing to his left. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Austin is there and brings in another one. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Fields. And it's caught. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Austin's got it left side. Touchdown, Broncos. Calvin Austin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On 2.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 30, 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's some momentum for them to take into halftime.
Yeah, and it might not be that wild momentum, that you see sometimes where they score late and teams go sprinting off and the whole deal. No, it might not be that, but it does give them a better feeling about themselves and what they can accomplish in the second half.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. On first down, Fields. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Fields. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. He'll let it fly for Austin. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On fourth down, Fields. This is caught, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken from about the 12. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
11, Thomas.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Finding Harris over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Here we go.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On first and 10, Joe Burrow finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They gotta go, gotta go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Again, it's Burrow. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
In motion, the tight end. To throw again on second down. Burrow, he'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. He's got the first down and more than that. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Dawson Knox, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10.
Tariq Cohen on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the...
He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Calvin Austin, 81 yards. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow on first down, and he fires one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
11, 11, 11, 11.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got...
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. There's the first carry for Tarik Cohen. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back to throw, Fields. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now Lewis selects to return it. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Burrow on play action. And now here is another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They fire this one quickly to Austin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now Lewis selects to return it.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A final shot now for Burrow. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12 911.